Hey everybody, I hope I'm coming out on camera over there. I can't really see what I'm filming. I'm trying to get this whole area in focus at the same time. So today we're actually going to tear this all out and I'm going to get it all on video. And I also want to chat a little bit about my goals, my ideas, why I did this, so on and so forth. The first thing we need to do is just move these plants out of the way. I think for now it's probably a good idea to leave the fish tank underneath of it, because we're probably going to get a lot more water still coming out of it. So I'm honestly not really sure how to do this. I guess we should probably try pushing up on everything. At this point, I just want to make sure all the water's run down through. I can see some water puddling over here. This might actually be easier than I thought. Well, some of this getting in the fish tank. Alright, let me get a towel. Probably ought to be getting the wet dry back out for this. That's quite a bit of water hit the floor. So I've had a lot of people suggest various things I could do, ways I could improve this, ways that I could make it waterproof. And it's kind of missing the point. See, I managed to get a few spots where the water stands in it, but they're not consistent enough. all in one piece. So now that I've actually got this, I might be able to do something with this in the future now that I've actually got access to the back of it. So I don't know how well you can see light coming through right here. There's some great big holes right here. There's some holes over here. So you can see why I was getting some leakage. I don't bang the tripod when I go past here. Bear with me. And some people suggested that that spray foam is open cell rather than closed cell. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, but it definitely felt heavy, so it felt like it was soaking water into it, and if it's absorbing water, then it's definitely an open cell porous material. So again, probably not going to work in the long run. So I got 2 zip ties are the only thing holding the entire tarpaulin, and that was just to sort of hold it in place as I draped it out. So as I was saying, the point to doing this really honestly was not so much that I could have a waterfall in the basement, because if that was my goal, I know there's ways to build waterfalls. I can go online and look up, you know, plans on how to do it. I could obviously build it out of wood and epoxy and so on and so forth, and that's sort of, this was just a fun something to do on a Saturday afternoon. It was a spur of the moment, kind of a whim. It was meant to be done on the cheap. It was meant to be done simply with just easy to acquire materials. If I'm going to be using epoxy and fiberglass resin and all that stuff, that means I've got the ventilation and there's all kinds of potential mess. This was just tinkering around, something to kill some time, have some fun on a Saturday afternoon. And I was hoping it worked out, but it didn't, and I'll tweak and redesign and sort of go from here. And it's just stuff for me to do. It's not, you know, anything that I'm that worried about, whether or not it comes out 100% or when it gets done or anything like that. So as much as I appreciate all of the suggestions of how I could accomplish it and how I could do that, and I do encourage you to keep them coming, because I certainly read them and listen to them and think about the different ideas and everything. This again is more sort of something to do. It's kind of fun to play with. I really kind of got myself into a situation of needing to do it. I wound up buying that pump, and it was supposed to be a pump, something similar that's, you know, for my, like my crab tank has, where it's just create a little flow of water, almost like you'd think about a fountain you'd see on a desktop or something. Not so much a waterfall. And when I bought the pump that I bought, it turned out to be much more vigorous than I expected. So I just sort of kind of ended up with this waterfall amount of water, and so what choice do I have except to build a waterfall to go with it? And so that's what was kind of my motivating factors behind it. So again, I'm not done with it. I'll tinker around, I'll come up with something. I just don't know what yet. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm now thinking about something more in the lines of, instead of having the entire thing waterfall, have something more sort of centralized and have like a flowing cascade, and then I can put plants around that rather than having one huge thing with plants on it. So I know that kind of doesn't make sense to hear me say it rather than when you see it, but I've still got ideas rolling around my head, and I still, you know, not really sure exactly how I want to do this or what my goal for that's going to be, etc. So it'll come together. I'll keep on working on it. So I'm going to actually call that the end of this video. You got to see the main part of me getting all of the foam off. That's the part that I thought was going to be really difficult. I still can't tell whether I'm actually coming out on video or not. I feel like you're only seeing my mouth and not the whole top of my head. So at any rate, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you to subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed, as I was saying, so you won't miss anything I got coming up. And then I'm going to continue on with this. I'm going to salvage all of the chicken wire, salvage all of the PVC, and then we can probably do something else with it in the future. Whatever I'm going to do with the pump I've got, it's definitely going to have to be something a little more durable than the half-inch PVC pipe I got here. Again, I don't know. Just make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss whatever I got coming up, because you never know what it's going to be. So I'm going to get back to it and say thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon on the next one.